Hello again, viewers, and greetings, fellow space travelers. This is Thorn of Night, Deep Sieger, and way over there is Mrs. Deep Sieger. You can see her on my mini-map.
Toiling.
And welcome to episode 26 of Refugee to Regent. And I am here on the Bailey.
I have missed you.
And we have missed you. And I'm on the Bailey because, well, for one thing, he has come to the conclusion that it is not going to be able to include his living space. So he is calculating where he wants to live. He's probably going to be taking the area right there where the base of the ground has the magical trees, and then sort of do a terraced estate that goes up the hill towards the wall. We may be pushing the wall back for one reason or another, not sure yet, but he's going to be having his estate there, and then this will just be basically the administrative stuff, the armory and barracks, and maybe some additional storage for like a secondary granary for the community or something, just to house it for storing food.
Am I allowed to build my house out in the ocean?
Out, ooh. I would advise against it.
Why?
Hold on. Let me come over there. I have to get over there anyway. To... Oh! Ah! Okay, I'm alive. To show what you've been working on. So give me just a second. Oh, P.S.
I'd like it noted that for the record, I love the perfect squareness of Minecraft. So perfect. And square. And everything is square. And you cannot question what is square and what is not square because it's square.
Like the eggs.
Like the eggs. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. What? Alright, I'll be over there in just a second. Alright, almost over there. I have built a bit of a road here to connect the different tiers from what we were working on before for the additional sheep ranches. And it's supported by the cobblestone walls, which make columns as long as they're not attached to something on the side. So I think it looks kind of nice and it'll attach that way. She is busy.
Done.
She was busy terraforming the stone and other various things over here into dirt so that it is able to be sheeped.
I bring to you the cobble of my people.
One thing I was going to mention. The wall here.
Watch out for the cave system below here.
Indeed. The wall here.
See.
Do you think between the cobblestone in this barrel and any cobblestone that there might be in the barrel over there at the base of the ramp road, do you think that the oddball dirt and non-smooth stone could be turned into cobblestone to bring the wall down to make it look taller here? Do you think that would be a
As
huge
in make
trouble?
this look like part of the wall instead of
dug
down?
Yeah. Do you think that would be a huge hassle?
Yes, but I can do it.
Okay, well then. I will continue working on my project, which is the tree farm migration. And when you're done up there, I'm also going to be calculating how many more sheep ranches I'm going to need. Now, one more thing about the Bailey.
Opinions on my ocean biome.
Oh, indeed, opinions on the ocean house. Where precisely were you contemplating?
At the bottom of the ocean.
I'm not sure that would fit Serendipity specifically.
Consummate domes.
I'm thinking that could be for an additional city. Because there will be an underwater city. future-wise.
Okay.
Besides, I thought you had decided on maybe having it behind where the hotel is,
Nope, not
between the
enough space.
hotel and the woods.
Too many really tall trees. I do not have the required patience to climb up and choppy chop all of those stupid trees.
Ah, well, maybe some little elf can help with that. Namely, me, who is going to be doing tree chopping. Tree chopping. I can word. I can word. Uh, anyway, but one more thing that I wanted to point out about the Bailey over here before I get back to work is he has added a bit of texture. Firstly, he has made a more sharply angled slope as opposed to just a vertical cliff leading from the base of the Bailey down to ground level.
Because reasons.
And because reasons, yes, to make it harder to ascend by the
Well,
angry
also
mobs.
because he didn't want to build retaining walls. Because dirt needs to be supported.
Well, there's that. And also, he has added these step accents all the way around the base of the Bailey to give it a little more oomph. Speaking of steps, by the way, you are in here. It is dark. There we go. You are somewhere up there. Um, are you going to be, since you put the accents around the base, are you still going to be doing the stairs on the outside, the Great Wood stairs for,
No.
or posts or whatever for additional texture outside the wall, or is this pretty much the final design? And what are you cursing the wall about?
I keep falling off of it.
Oh, be careful.
I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I'm reevaluating at the moment.
Ah, well then, I
Oh,
I guess we will be busy cursing walls, digging trees, and
so hard not to
reevaluating
make your mom
things.
jokes. I just want that noted for the record.
Oh my.
I'm sorry.
And we will be back. Alright, we are back, and I have been working on placing the tree farm. What I'm going to do here is have the trees, the actual farm on one side, and the houses across the road. The road's going to come up through here. I have sort of more gradually sloped this hill so that it can accommodate a road rather than just the almost sheer slope that was there before. I have each farm obviously two different kinds of trees. I am not, at least right now, going to be including the die trees in this farm because, well, we have access to the gigantic die tree, and I don't really need to spend time making acres and acres of die trees right now. So that's going to be something farther down the road when there's more space and there's more time to work on it. But
Oh,
at least,
I like what I just did.
ooh, well, I'm coming over to you just in a moment. He has been a little busy mining and expanding the mine shafts down here and gathering bunches more resources. Oh,
I
yeah.
am a dwarf. I am digging a hole.
Yes, indeed. You can see his little head way over there on the mini map. He is slowly expanding the mines. We need lots of cobblestone, and I have been working on so many other projects. Whoa! I jumped over the lake. That I haven't gotten to doing much mining between episodes. Um, so that's sort of a bad on my part, but oh well, it will eventually get done. Uh,
It's okay. I fix.
she has claimed a parcel of land over here for her estate, and I'm going to bring up the map. It is gigantic. She has made it so there's plenty of room inside the walls for whatever she's going to be putting in here. Oh, you put magic trees right there. Neat. Some creative use of the saw here. Oh, and this is Oh, the quarried block. Nice. Very nice. I like your little pool.
Do you like the fence that I made with the pool?
That is nice. I like that. That looks pretty sharp. Using the intermittent posts or the planks pillars for
Hmm.
the going across and then the vertical ones. That actually turned out pretty good. Me likey. But
Me like it too.
but this is gigantic. And you're talking about having additional floors. So
Right. In
this
this
is going to be
square
on
will
par
be
with your hotel, which just needed to be a simple inn to house a few tenants, and you turned it into a full-blown resort. I
well,
am ashamed to call myself a builder because of watching the stuff that you make. I am going to probably be awestruck every time I come over here. I do
well,
need to
right
come
here, this
over.
square you see,
Uh-huh.
this is going to be one of the spires.
Oh yeah, you were
I
talking
have,
about having a spire here and over
well,
there.
I mean, I guess a spire is more circular, so I'm going to have towers.
Okay.
So there's going to be two really huge towers wizard towers, we'll call them.
I'm going to have to dirt up there with some scoops to get those hives. There are four of them floating
See,
in the air. Magical beehives. Uh, just regular forest hives. Nothing really magical other than the fact that they're just suspended in air. Uh, but this is gigantic. Now you were talking about from in. I can't jump over this wall. I have to come out. You were talking about having a bypass road going between your house
right.
and the wall here
I cleared all the trees for that.
uh, to have access from here without having to go all the way through town to get to your uh, resort. You can basically just go along the road here, and obviously the wall everywhere is going to be raised. Eventually, we just need to figure out exactly the
Oh,
design. It's probably going to end up getting widened. What I might do is just for this stage, uh, call it done at this current arrangement, and during the next stage we can work on expanding up and out and making it more presentable and traversable by the troops and all that kind of stuff. But for right now, it is the bare minimum requirements for the stage. But having that little short stub, that the wall is shorter than your house right now, so you could just climb up on your roof and then jump into the city, and that would be bad. So yeah, I need to work on that, and there's a lot of work that needs to be done for that because all the cobblestone. Eventually, the wall is going to be more than just plain bleak cobblestone, and there will be little uh, gate houses or whatever at each of the ways into the city. So there's definitely going to be some expanding going on. I just wanted to get the wall done and done so that I didn't have to worry about it anymore. But I am going to get back to work on the lumberjack houses over there. Probably figure out where the apiarists are going to go in the same area. Oh, also, I am going to be needing like maybe a small market out the east exit from the city. Nothing as necessarily as expansive as what you have over out west, but just some sort of small market, maybe to deal with like the products of trees and bees and all that kind of stuff. But no rush on that. Probably even can wait on that until next stage. But I left a nice big area for expansion for markets and other things. But I need to get to work on the houses and the apiarist farms and all that. He's going to continue mining and gathering more resources, and then be working on his estate over there. And she clearly is working on her little project. So we're going to get back to work unless you have anything you'd like to mention, bring up before I get out of here and go back to work.
nope,
Anything
I'm
come
good.
to mind? All right. Well, then, we will be back. Okay, after a bunch of toiling between the three of us, we have made a bit of progress on our respective projects. But before I get on to theirs, let me go ahead and cover what I've done. First off, I have replicated all the lumberjack houses that were over at, or all the, with just the two, that were over at the tree farm in town, because they are going to be getting knocked out anyway and replaced with elders' houses, or elders' house and deep sieger's house, or estate rather. So I'm not really technically gaining 4 population because of this. I'm just moving 2 and gaining 2. Now, for right now, the trees only go back about a dozen. Let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trees per row. But I am planning on pushing it back and possibly having multiple tiers. So it at this point doesn't make sense for one house per each set of trees at its level, but it will once the amount gets fully in place. But this is just the beginnings of it, and over time there will be more tree farms as I get more that will actually fit comfortably. I am still going to need to figure out a place for me to start growing the silver wood, if I can start managing to get that in a reasonable quantity, and also the great wood. But I think for right now the oak, the great wood, and at least some of the poplar is still going to be grown in town, so it stays growing while we're around it. Because once I'm done with this, I'm going to be back in town again. But speaking of being out of town, I have come to a decision with the help of Mrs. Deepsieger on what I'm going to be using as the outside of town roads. I had completely forgotten about the chisel, and this is a wonderful thing. We have a surplus of dirt. We have so much dirt.
Would you like some dirt?
Yes, would you? I'll trade you dirt for dirt.
I don't want
Barrels.
dirt.
Barrels.
Guess what's inside it?
Barrels. Oh no, you've got a jar of
Boo.
dirt. Oh no. But if I take dirt and put it in the chisel, this block right here is this. And it still sounds like dirt, but grass can't grow over it. And I'm okay with it sounding like dirt because it looks really sharp. I think it goes really nicely as an offset to the blue from the magic wood and also the temple stones. It has a little bit more of a reddish tinge to it, so I like it a lot. And I don't know why I completely forgot about the chisel, because I also discovered that I am going to be modifying things that have oak planks on them. I really like this one right here instead of the oak planks. It looks a lot smoother and it just really pops out nicely. Yeah, I really, really enjoy it. So I'm going to probably do a lot of modifying. Oh, it has to be picked, doesn't it? That's weird. To many of these structures, but not all of them, but ones that have those. I'm going to start using the chisel more often, as long as I remember. So that's something to look forward to. Now, the road is going to kind of have to bend off to the side a little bit. I did originally have it coming straight up here, but I found that this area was a lot easier to turn into the slope. So it's just going to come up the middle here like this, and there will be room for lighting and all that. I will probably be making little half slabs so it's easier to access the road from the houses and get over to the farms. Let's see here. Also, because the tree farms need to be lit so hostile mobs can't spawn in them, and they have to be protected so things can't wander in, I have fenced and lit all of the ones that I have in place, and I'm going to place 2 more here once I figure out which 2 are going to be able to fit nicely. But for right now, the lumber yard, or the lumberjack, not lumberyard, the lumberjack expansion is pretty much done, at least for what I want to do with it. The Apiarist I didn't get to yet because I kind of want to.
So we found lots of
Oh,
bees.
we found lots of bees. Or they found lots of bees. Um, I kind of want to have it laid out in a specific way that I've got tossing around in my head. So I want to sort of plan it out on paper before I set it up. So I'm going to do that probably over the next couple episodes and see if my layout's going to work with that part of the terrain. Deep Sieger has been doing a deep procedure down in the mines pretty much this whole time. We have this barrel full of cobblestone, this barrel full of cobblestone, and he's working on a third one. And I'm going to, if I can manage it, I'm going to also be doing some digging between episodes if I can make the time to do so between episodes, because we are going to need a lot of cobblestone. At first, primarily because this wall needs to be raised a good bit in many places, because, well, can jump right off of the edge of her house and just land straight in the city, which
I don't think that can happen.
well, maybe. But as you can
You would
see,
die.
there is a lot of progress that has happened over here. There is still no floor and no roof to the main part here, but that will happen. She's been focusing on, is this your mage tower? Is that what it is?
It's something.
It's a tower.
It's a wizard tower, Harry.
It's a wizard tower, yeah. And she has this little alternating pattern of the quarried blocks and the magic wood in that arrangement, and then she reverses it every other floor. And the stairs have the same materials flip-flopping, and crikey, how tall is this?
It's wicked tall.
Where are you? Oh, you're
Outside
walking.
on
You're
the
walking on the ledge. Oh, that's terrifying.
Well, the outside part has to get decorated somehow.
Yes, it does. Good luck. And that is why
I haven't fallen yet.
you haven't fallen yet, huh? I call
Except for
shenanigans.
that one time.
Except for that one
I
time.
jumped thinking I would make it, okay? I didn't fall. I jumped. It was deliberate. Okay?
Speaking of...
Did you show how far it goes down as well?
Oh, right.
Because it goes down as well.
Close that. And
Shoot.
it will go down.
Speaking of...
Oh, wow. Hey, barrels and furnaces.
I have a workroom.
Chest. You have a workroom here.
All of this is not for naught.
And it goes down, well, so far down to Y level 68, but it's going to probably keep going down. She made use of the gravel bricks, and I think it looks really good
Snazzy.
as walls. This looks better as walls than I thought it was going to look as road. I really like it. Oh, I didn't even realize this is Tinker's stuff right here. Tinker's construct
Yep.
stuff. Excellent.
Good.
Now, I am going to jump over to the cemetery really quick because I wanted to show something.
You're
so
not
hold
funny.
on. So hold on. And I'm here at the cemetery in town. Oh, it got dark while I was running over. That's horrible. Oh well. Episode 26. Mrs. Deep
faster.
Sieger fell from a high place.
You're not funny.
Basically, over time, we are all probably going to die. Probably lots of times. I want to commemorate those deaths in the cemetery here. Probably in the mausoleum, which will be going in this wall here.
I jumped, okay? I didn't fall. I jumped.
For the record, you're a little macabre.
I think it's fun. But,
Of course you would.
speaking of...
So does Stephen King. You're in good company.
will cut
I
you.
like that. Anyway, speaking of dying more often, it is possibly in the works that we will be able to access this from a server so that we can do more than just get together once a week and work and record on this. So, a- if everything works out the way I expect it will, then we will be turning on hostile mobs, at least on easy, and then it will be going, once we get to the iron stage, it will be going on normal
Because
permanently,
he hates me.
and it will be glorious. But the main reason that the hostile mobs have been turned off when it's been on peaceful is because my rig just doesn't deal well with all three of us playing, me hosting, and also having the recording and the hostile mobs and all that. It just really doesn't like it. So once it gets set up for the new server thing, you'll start being able to see probably lots of dying and lots of screaming and lots of torches everywhere. Oh, that means I'm going to have to start growing rubber trees.
You'll note that I torched everything.
I saw that. That is very well lit. But
I don't fuss about.
hopefully, with the next episode, I plan on doing some of the more straightforward structures if I can remember to get around to it, like raising the height of the Tribulation Tower. Probably I will change the door from being over there to being over on this end so it is more easily accessible. That way you can actually have an entryway and like a safe zone to keep it dark.
I have a problem.
You have lots of problems with bad guys.
I have a problem.
What is your problem?
I started this tower and now I don't know how to stop.
Oh, that's easy. It stops at 256. If you do that, by the way, I will probably insist that include a landing for an airship, and I will start building an airship next to it. If it does start going ever so unreasonably tall,
How tall is unreasonably tall?
well, if
Bearing in mind that I'm going to have 2 towers.
let's just see how it goes, because there are eventually going to be really tall structures in the city anyway. Especially once we get to the later stages, it'll start modernizing. But for right now, let's just see. I mean, right now cobblestone is kind of at a premium, and that is using a bunch of it. And if you start going up to 256 with all that cobblestone, great googa mooga.
Well, if she's going to do it, rather than calling it a waste of resources, we could be inventive with it.
Oh, well,
And
yeah.
have an airship on one and a big flaming red eye on the other if there's going to be 2 of them.
Oh. That doesn't resemble anything I've ever encountered in any universe ever. Anyway,
Ever.
but I think we are at a good enough place to wrap up. It is
We could do a big flaming chicken's eye.
oh no.
Chicken head.
Oh, brilliant. Eye of Ender. A pixel art version of Eye of Ender. That would work. I think that would actually
Wait,
look
so
pretty
do I
cool.
have to make my house the evil place next to town?
You
looming in the mountains?
Your title is Belladonna, which
Yeah,
is a
It's
poison.
your place. It's already the evil place.
Yes, it's outside of town anyway. Mwahaha.
You two are fired.
We're not the ones who chose to be evil.
That's right. We
You
didn't
know,
choose the evil life. The evil
being
life
being
chose. Wait, no,
being
that doesn't work.
evil, it's not something you choose. It's a way of life,
It's
man.
Yes.
not easy being evil.
Oh no.
Man, the thug life didn't I didn't choose the thug life. The thug life chose me.
Well, anyway, I think this is a good point to wrap up. So,
But now I've got another layer on top of the
oh
top.
no. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, or concerns,
Deep concerns.
please feel free to leave a
I'm
message in the
deeply
comment
concerned.
section below, and we will be sure to address your concerns as they
I'm deeply
arise.
concerned. Can you address my concern?
How's about we let the viewers address your concerns? If you like
of
this
that.
video and you like what we're doing here, please feel free to give a like. We do appreciate that. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe so you know when our future stuff comes out. Also, be watching for episode 30, and then every 10 episodes after that, we will be uploading the map for you to inspect yourself in your own time and
Don't
wander
mess up my
around
tower.
at your leisure. But
Oh,
watch for
no.
that.
Oh,
It
I
will be
made it
coming up
dumb.
probably either by the end of this month, February, or the beginning of next month. So watch for that. But anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. Thank you once again for watching. This is Thorn of Night, Deep Sieger, and Mrs. Deep Sieger, and we will talk to you later.